So the first goal in this game between New York City FC and Philadelphia Union comes courtesy by New York City's Benny Traoré. Maxwell Murray plays this ball over the top for Andres Pereira. And you can see right there, Union defender Near Pierre gives away the penalty kick here with his foul on Pereira. But you can see Pierre heads this ball towards Pereira, and then this contact, Pereira maybe sells it a little too much, and so Traoré steps up for the penalty, and we don't get a dive here from Andre Blake into the side netting. Little help from the post there for Traoré. 4 minutes into the game, the Philadelphia Union go down. Not an ideal start from the side from Philadelphia. We'll go ahead and look at that penalty, though, given away by Pierre. I do ultimately think that it was pretty soft, but as a defender, you never want to have your hands on a player inside the 18-yard box because you're leaving it up to the referee to make the decision whether it's soft or not. And odds are when the referee sees your hands all over the defender, he's going to give it. And so Murray with this long ball over the top for Pereira. You see clear header by Pierre towards Pereira. And you can see just has his arm. This is a really good angle here from Apple. He's pulling on his arm, and then he just goes to the ground. A little soft. He sells it, yes. But again, defender should never make contact, never grab onto the player inside the penalty area because it'll lead to a penalty kick like it did right here for Traoré to go and convert to put New York City up 1-0. So Luighi puts New York City up 2-0 against the Union. This one also from the penalty spot. Ojeda standing over this corner kick for New York City. Going to go ahead and play this ball towards the back post. Gets chested down by Tavon Gray to a New York City player, James Shield Sands, I believe it was, outside the box. And so you could see as soon as this ball gets chested down, the Union step up their defensive line to try to catch players off sides. Bruno Damiani does not step up with the rest of the defenders, leaving Ojeda on side. And so the ball falls kindly to Ojeda with a cross inside the box, which then was cleared away poorly by Ryan Richter. And it falls kindly to Andres Pereira here, who earns the penalty kick there off of Indiana Vasilev. Indiana arguing that it hit his shoulder, does not believe that this was a penalty kick, but the penalty was given. It was awarded. And so we see Luighi step up here. Andre Blake once again does not dive for the penalty. And New York go up 2-0 right before halftime. Not ideal for the Union to concede a goal in this moment. But we'll look again, and watching it live, I thought it was pretty harsh given this penalty against Indiana Vasilev. But after watching this, it did look like it deflected off of Vasilev's hand, and I can see why the referee decided to give the penalty kick to New York City. But it all starts with this poor clearance from Ryan Richter, and then right there, Indy turns his body. I think it does hit his hand, and Luighi steps up. Different penalty taker, and once again, like I said, Andre Blake just caught flat-footed, doesn't dive, doesn't react, and New York City go into the half up 2-0, which is poor, very, very poor first half by the Philadelphia Union with the missed chances and the goals conceded. The third goal in this match comes courtesy by Danley Jean Jacques to bring the Union within one. Kai Wagner standing over this free kick here for the Union, crossing it towards Kevin Sullivan. He's going to win the flick on for Danley Jean Jacques, who is inside Murray, the center back, who, yes, as big of a role that he played on the opening penalty for New York City, was very exposed in the second half by the Union. And so the flick-on's won there, and Danley Jean Jacques just outmuscles the center back, gets in front of him, and finishes well with that right-footed strike past Matt Freese. And we'll go ahead and look at that again because this is just willpower for Danley, wanting to get to this ball first. Put in an absolute shift for the Union in the midfield. a big role for the Union in this game overall. And so Kai Wagner standing over this. Perfect ball played in for Kevin Sullivan, who does so well to win his header there. And just Danley Jean Jacques doesn't give up. Takes a little bit of a deflection off of him, but he follows through, doesn't give up on the play here. And Murray just tries to shield him off. And Danley just so quick, too much of a handful for Murray, and the ball goes into the back of the net. So the fourth goal in this match comes courtesy by Bruno Damiani, his first of 2 on the night. And at this point in the game, Ryan Richter decided to take Jovan Lukic off, was on a yellow card, brings on Jesus Bueno. Jesus had only been on the field for about 4 or 5 minutes up at this point. And he had a huge role to play in both of the Union's second and third goals in this match. And so you can see him right here just win the ball back off of Malachi Jones. And now he can spring the counterattack going for it for the Union. You can see as soon as he wins that ball, you have Alaski and Damiani going forward, Kevin Sullivan running forward to give an option. And because New York City pushed both fullbacks up, they get caught a little bit exposed here. They lose the ball in the midfield, and it's a perfect ball forward into Alaski. Alaski knows he has the overlapping run from Kevin Sullivan. And what's so clutch about this play from the youngster, from the 16-year-old, he knows that he has all this space in front of him. And he's going to dribble at Murray, take the defender on 1v1 to open up Bruno Damiani for the clear cutback pass. And so he's just driving towards Murray. Easy cutback pass, easy finish there for Damiani. But the whole play, like I mentioned, starts with Jesus Bueno winning the ball back in the midfield, springing the counterattack. And that's a perfectly executed play there between Alaski, Sullivan, and Damiani, who got a huge goal in this match, winds up getting the game-winning goal as well. We'll look at that here in a bit. But Kevin Sullivan does deserve so much credit on this play. Could have been selfish, could have opted for the shot. Instead, he makes the easy play, the right play, cutting it back for Bruno Damiani to tie this game up 2-2. It was all Philadelphia in the second half. And so again, makes that overlapping run for Bruno Damiani to get free from Murray. It's good patient play from Alaski. And even that pass from Alaski afterwards runs, gets ahead of his marker to also be an option for Kevin Sullivan on this play. And because of all the space, because nobody's close to him, yeah, sure, Kevin could have continued to drive towards the goal. But instead he drives towards Murray, and as soon as he sees the center back commit, he makes a no-look pass to Bruno Damiani. Again, you can see all the space for Alaski also in the box. 2 guys wide open, and that's a perfect pass, perfect layoff from Alaski into Kevin Sullivan. The no-look pass right there for Damiani to finish first time. Huge for his confidence going forward. Hopefully it's positive things to come for Damiani in the second half of the season for the Union. You see how much it means for the forward, but this is typical Philadelphia Union goals that we've seen in the past. Great stuff from the counterattack, winning the ball back in the midfield. The fifth and final goal in this match, the Union's third to complete the comeback, comes courtesy by Bruno Damiani. And so I just got done talking about Jesus Bueno. Again, plays a big part in this last goal for the Union. But it starts with Kevin Sullivan actually helping out defensively in the Union's half. You see Tavon Gray with the throw-in in the Union's own half of the field. The pressure applied there by Kevin to win the ball back. And as soon as he wins the ball back, he's going to go ahead and just opt for a chip ball over the top for Damiani. A little bit long for him. And Murray intercepts the pass. But Jesus Bueno, he knows that there's defensive numbers push forward for New York City. There's options to intercept this pass, put pressure on the midfielders. And so he goes, commits, intercepts the pass here. And now the Union have a 3v1 situation against James Sands, the last defender for New York City. He knows the right pass is on the left side of the field, whether that be Damiani, whether that be Quinn Sullivan, who came off the bench also in this game for Indiana Vassilev. And he opts for the forward pass into Quinn Sullivan. Sullivan has enough legs, fresh legs off the bench, beats James Sands to that ball. And then a beautiful cutback pass from Quinn Sullivan to Damiani to complete his brace, his first ever in MLS for the Union, his second brace this season, first coming against Defense Force in CONCACAF Champions Cup. But again, this is why the game is won in the midfield. This is why the game is so important to have high IQ, high work rate players in the midfield. Players that are going to work tirelessly, relentlessly. And that's exactly what you got from Kevin Sullivan throughout this whole game. That's what you got from Kevin on this goal. That's what you got from Jesus Bueno on this goal. And yes, Jovan Lukic suspended next game against Inter Miami due to yellow card accumulation. I would expect Jesus will replace Jovan in the starting lineup. But even if Jovan wouldn't have missed that game, I think Jesus has done enough with his performance in the second half against New York City to justify maybe some more starts going for it for the Union. And so intercepts the pass right there, makes the right pass, and James Sands tries to get to this, but Quinn Sullivan keeps the play alive, keeps the ball in front of him, and opts for the pass. And again, we saw it with the second goal by the Union. The counterattack, the quick play, players committing, going for it. This is when the Union are at their best. Winning the ball back, quickly transitioning from defense to offense. They execute it well to complete the 3-2 comeback over New York City. So as always, we'll end this video looking at some chances created by the Union in this match. A ton of missed opportunities by Milan Alaski, particularly in the first half. We'll see this first chance from Alaski comes from a corner kick from Kai Wagner. Alaski, you see, going outside the 18-yard box, cleared away poorly by New York City, and it's a great hit by Alaski outside the 18-yard box. But I'll look at that once again because you can see nobody from New York City follows Alaski. It's a quick ball pinged in by Kai Wagner, cleared away, headed away by Murray, and it falls kindly to Alaski, who hits it from distance, which we know he loves shots from outside the 18, and great save there by Matt Freese. But we go to chance number 2 for the Union. This is a great floated ball by Frankie Westfield, with his left foot, I may add. And so Union deep in their own half, take advantage, though, a little bit of the short field. And it's just a floated ball over the top for Milan Alaski, who sneaks in behind the back line of New York City, and he tries to dink Matt Freese there, and Matt Freese is a little bit upset with his defense right there, and not the great finish that we've seen from Alaski the past week, but yeah, it's a beautiful pass from Frankie Westfield, just floated over. So much time, so much space, and yeah, maybe Alaski thinks about it a little too hard. If you watch it again, the ball's taking a little bit of a bobble. This field, not in the greatest conditions. Probably the worst I've ever seen New York City. I know Alejandro Bedoya said after the game, yeah, pretty poor playing surface. But this ball gets played from Kai Wagner into Bruno Damiani, who does well to just hold this play up and play it into Indiana Vasilev, who plays the ball towards the back post for Milan Alaski. But this play comes alive because of Kevin Sullivan's run through the middle of the field, which forces Nico Cavallo, the left back on this play, to leave Alaski to go and close down Kevin Sullivan, allowing Alaski to be free on the back post. Lots of time, lots of space, and again, huge missed opportunity. And Vasilev's really good at playing these passes towards the back post. He times the weight of the pass so well, gets it so perfect here, picks up his head, and yeah, first time effort just wide of that near post for Alaski. Huge missed opportunity, though, once again. And so now we're in the second half. Neil Pierre goes out wide, and the Union, this is just patient build-up, finds Bruno Damiani. Damiani goes into Danley, and that's a great forward pass by Jean Jacques into Kai, who does so well to find Kevin Sullivan. And if you just watch that again, I mean, the Union do so well just to go from right to left. Damiani, all right, find Danley, and the Union always have one thing in mind: find Kai, let him get crosses in. And it's a really well passed by Danley into Wagner. And Cavan just crashes across the 18-yard box, makes his run towards the near post, and he finds himself free. Unfortunately, not able to put that one on target, but it's a great run by Kevin Sullivan there. Union continue to go forward here with the lead. Jesus Bueno opts a pass for Quinn Sullivan. Gets cut down, gets closed down pretty quickly. And so, because of that, he wants to pass back to Jesus Bueno, but he mishits his pass, intercepted by James Sands. New York City clear away, but only as far as Wagner, who keeps the play alive, goes out wide to Quinn Sullivan. And now with the Union still having numbers for it, Quinn Sullivan wants to take on Gray 1v1 and gets the better of the defender right here, but his shot goes way wide and out for a goal kick. But once again, we'll see Quinn Sullivan involved here with Kai Wagner on the play. It's a ball played down the line by Wagner into Quinn Sullivan, who does well to take a good touch here. And so always wants to take the defender on 1v1, gets the better of him, cuts inside, and that ball falls kindly to Milan Alaski. But again, kind of similar to Cavan. The Union attackers do so well to find the space, and there's just all this space inside the 18-yard box for Alaski. New York City did not have a good day defensively, defending that 18-yard box, allowing players to run freely, completely unmarked, and Quinn with a perfect pass gets a little bit of a deflection for Alaski, but Union hold on, win this game 3-2.